So we're here today at annual pass holder nights for Universal Orlando, and we just got in. We got a free pin, and then they have a meet and greet with Scoobs and the gang. So they got Scooby and Velma with the mystery machine, and then on the way in, we're walking down the red carpet. So we walked in, and the iconic Halloween Horror Nights neon sign is now up. They said it was going to be turquoise blue, but it doesn't look turquoise. So I think it's going to be the classic just red like it was last time. But they also added these massive gargoyles in the front as well. So this is going to be the Origins of Horror scare zone. So I already showed you the portions over here. And then I'm going to show you guys at night because I have a good feeling that they're going to do some light testings and sound cues for it as well. So walking through the central area, I didn't get to film this yet, but this is Origins of Horror. If we turn over here, my guess with the little bumps on the top, this is going to be the vault from Fallout. Over here, I have no clue, to be honest, what this is going to be. My guess probably a gargoyle or some kind of gothic statue. Walking on over here, there is another statue, which this one looks identical to Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's. Over here, you can see straight through this. Tell me that's not Jason Voorhees' masks. That's 100% Jason Voorhees. And then walking down over here, there is Art the Clown from Terrifier. So you got the iconic Art the Clown from Terrifier holding the chainsaw. And you can tell because the pointy hat, chainsaw, and his pointy nose. And you can kind of see through here a little bit. And yeah, that's for sure. So I heard that the Jimmy Fallon store has the new Horror Nights annual pass holder shirt. And here's the design. So it's got that like gothic gargoyle feel, the stained glass that's bloody, and the crow. And is there anything on the back? Nope. But it does say Halloween Horror Nights 2025 on the sleeves as well. And then they have this design for the annual pass holders in a tank top. They have that, and on the back has the annual pass holders logo. And they have that in both white and then green, but the green looks more like a crop top. And they have posters along with the cups, a magnet poster, and then a shirt as well that's got the Polaroid picture, and on the back is that same design that was on the tank top. And then they also have a windbreaker that has that design, and on the back is that same design with all the original rides and everything.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So over towards the New York area of Universal, they have food booths. And the first one that we're gonna roll up on, I believe to be themed to the Terrifier house from the second movie. So it's a big clown mouth facade. And then they did like a bunch of vine work because that's kind of like the big theme of this year's aged conservatory. And then if we go down over here, they have the Clown Cafe from Terrifier. So Clown Cafe with the open sign, and then you have Art the Clown over here as well. There's no menus that popped up yet, but as soon as the food gets announced, I'll let you guys know. Over here, there's another food booth, and this one is themed to the Firefly Funhouse, which is for the Wyatt 6 house for WWE. So it's got the classic Wyatt 6 Funhouse for the Fireflies, the sign and the clouds up there, and then over here they have Vault 33 for Fallout as well. And behind the trees is the vault, but for some reason they covered it up and everything. So over by Transformers, where the HHN bar was last year, they just started putting up stuff for the HHN bar this year. So they have all this vine work and stuff, along with a brand new truss with lights and the TVs. So now there's an actual TV inside, and they uncovered the tape so it reads out Halloween Horror Nights Universal Orlando. And then they started putting out coolers and all kinds of stuff so they can help with the bar, and like refrigerators and stuff. And then the stages. So last year they had all the original characters stand up, and it was acting as a photo op that you could take pictures with all like the originals, because you can't take pictures or videos inside the house. So they had a lot of the characters from the original houses standing here, so you could take pictures with them. But I'm only seeing 2 spots. So does that mean there's only going to be 2 characters from the original houses, or are these going to like alternate from all the different houses, and we might have like Art the Clown, Jason, or one of the Volt people, like T96, Freddy Fazbear, all kinds of different stuff in here. So definitely looking really cool. And then once again, menus haven't popped up. And also over by the horror and makeup show, they just added this new sign where it used to say Megan, but now it is the Universal Halloween Horror Nights 2025 like stained glass logo. Really cool photo op. I'm glad that they did something for Horror Nights here, because they haven't done it in the past. I want to say the last one was when they did Jack or the Year of Chance. But really like the design. I'm liking the gothic theme for this year. It's pretty sick. So over in the California, Los Angeles Walk of Stars scare zone, they started adding vinery and aging to all the fences here. And they also closed the fence, where the last time we were here, it was a little bit propped open. Plus, they added a lot more decorations to the scare zone stanchions. So all the stages and stuff now have bodies and mutated stuff on here. So right there, there's a table that's covered, which the coverings usually mean that there's something gory. So there's probably like a skull or a body under there. Like right here, you can tell that's a body that's leaning over, dead. So they covered it just because during the daytime, they don't want people walking past and like scaring children or anything. But here's a new one, and I want to say this one is the bat stained glass as well. And then heading over to the gargoyle stained glass, they added more stuff. So the last time I was here, they had the wine glasses that went all the way up, and now it's covered. So my guess is there's probably going to be like a skull or a decapitated head that's like dripping blood down into the wine glasses or something. And then they also added the gargoyles down here, along with aging and shrubbery around it as well. And then another body that seems to me like it's sitting in a chair or leaned up against the like walls. And this is, like I said, the gargoyle or demon stained glass area. And now going over to the cat stained glass. There was the 2 chairs that I filmed last time, but now they're all covered up. So now they added like burning and aging to the one on the left. The middle is covered because there's probably a dead body. And as you can see right there, there is a foot trigger, which triggers a scare. So it's gonna make a loud noise through the speakers that are right there and right here, that is gonna make a loud noise and trigger a scare through that little foot pedestal. And then another dead guy in a chair on this side, along with more shrubbery and aging to it as well. And that was for the cat one. And then going over towards the crow, this one, they added a lot of stuff. So now they have a full-on table with looks to be a person or a vampire that has been staked on the table as well. And there's also another foot trigger there that's going to activate a scare. Plus, they also added a wooden chair over here as well. Now we're heading into the Five and Dime to check out the new Halloween Horror Nights merch because they just put out a ton of brand new merch. So last time we were here, we saw the Five Nights at Freddy's shirt, but they got a new one. So this one here has like a rustic edge to it. So it's got like rippings around the collar, bottom, and sleeves, along with a new design where it looks kind of like the front entrance to Fazbear's Pizzeria. A pin as well to match. Some patches. And then this is the artist design. So this is the 5th year anniversary of the artist series. So they give basically a bunch of designs to all these different artists, and they make their own design, send it back to Horror Nights, and they make a shirt out of it. So these are all the different designs for it. I really like how each one's unique and they're all different in their own ways. And then they have this pin, and it says Halloween Horror Nights 2025 on there with the gargoyle.
I took pictures of all the Halloween Horror Nights. I'm so sorry.
A new shirt with the logo that I showed you on that poster out there. It's got the stained glass with the Universal Halloween Horror Nights 2025 on the front. And then this one has a cut and the collar. So that's a women's tee, along with the green Little Boo shirt. The new photo frames as well. So walking down Sting Alley over towards where the Toxic 20 scare zone is going to be, and they added a bunch of decor. So they have these fences with the green ooze on it, along with a bunch of barrels as well. This food booth that is now put up. And then more fences, which I'm gonna guess are just like the ones that we saw back there that have the green ooze and barrels on it. And then here's the newspaper stand I was telling you about. So it's got all kinds of newspapers, like 20s themes. The curtains flapping in the winds are all based on newspapers. BuzzCon, which, if you don't know what BuzzCon is a corporation from the Bugs Eaten Alive house. So everything went wrong for the scare zone. BuzzCon truck crashed into a fleeing car from a bank heist, and all of the ooze went everywhere, turning the town into like a absolute just frenzy. So I guess down here is a forklift is gonna pick this up and move it over towards here, so you gotta walk through it. But that's just a speculation. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen, but would be really cool. And then over here, there is this scrim, which I'm guessing a projector from one of these buildings is going to shine down and project something right here. And then there's a drain, which I'm guessing there's gonna be some kind of fog effect or water effect coming out of these barrels. And then of course, the covering, we all know what that means. There's gonna be a dead person under there, which if you look right here, there's some ooze showing up. So this person got hit with the ooze and everything. And then right over here that I just noticed, looks like a fog machine or some kind of thing. And that's probably gonna be pushing onto the stage through the drain and just recycled over and over and over again. Over here, they have this like boiler kind of look. Once again, you got a BuzzCon barrel right here. Another drain, so I'm guessing another kind of water effect, which with the guy inside the barrel, I'm gonna guess he's probably spewing something into there or some kind of thing. But you have stage storage over here, a speaker, and then a light, and then also an entrance where the scare actor can come through here and do kind of like little show area. And then another speaker right here as well. And then the huge set pieces are down here. So you got this old 20s police car over here that's blocked off with a floral shop that's also got the BuzzCon barrel on it. And you can see that this BuzzCon barrel is leaking all kinds of just toxic ooze all down here and everything. And then the scrimmed up is, my guess is there's going to be a scare actor doing some kind of show in here. And then they have these two ports that a scare actor can kind of hide behind and jump out and do kind of some kind of scare. And then right there is a fan. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be some kind of fog effect as well. And then walking over here, remember what I was telling you, there's a bank heist and the truck crashed into a BuzzCon truck. So this is the truck. You have a dead person that unfortunately didn't make it through the crash. The car is pushed under the BuzzCon truck, which took all of those barrels and just spread them all across the complete city. And it crashed into a lightning pole, which my guess is the wires that are set up for the lighting pole is going to create some kind of like sparking effect as well onto the cars. So you have this car, which is the bank heist car. So you got all kind of money and everything, which another Easter egg, Barmy Bank. Barmy goes back to the Triplets of Terror house from last year with the Barmy triplets. So that's where that comes from. And then walking around, and like I said, with the wiring and everything, it's gonna create kind of some sparking effect onto the truck or some kind of like electricity or some kind of effect on there. And then you got the BuzzCon truck. Over here. So this year they're doing a lot of old callbacks to previous houses, which I really appreciate. I love when Horror Nights goes back and does like callbacks to their old houses and everything. So I feel like this year's gonna be fantastic. And once again, like I said, the Barmy Bank, Triplets of Terror. You got BuzzCon, which goes back to Bugs Eaten Alive. So they're right here, two houses that they called back into and are referencing in the Toxic 20 scare zone. So I feel like this is gonna have a lot of Easter eggs once it gets built more and more and more. So I feel like it's gonna be a really cool scare zone, and I'm gonna spend quite some time in here trying to break stuff down and find all the little Easter eggs that are gonna be inside the scare zone. Now I'm gonna walk into the gift store for the Mummy because I heard there's a lot of new merchandise for Horror Nights in here. The annual pass holder shirt, along with the
Freddy Fazbear shirt that's also in here, along with the Freddy Fazbear pins and the annual pass holder magnet as well. Or that's not even a magnet, my bad. Annual pass holder patch. And then over here you have all the little Boo stuff, the Mel's Dine-In stuff over here. So if you missed out on that, come here and get that. And then all of the new stuff is over here. So you have the artist shirt, all of these Halloween based tees, which I don't think relate to Halloween Horror Nights at all. And then over here is the Terrifier merchandise. So you got the Art Cafe shirt, which is another ringer tee, but this one is white and red. And then this shirt down here, which honestly is my favorite. So you got the Terrifier Haunted House from the second movie with the Clown Cafe sign, along with the Pale Girl, Art the Clown, and the Universal Arch in the back. And then you have over here the Blumhouse shirt, which honestly doesn't make any sense because we're not getting any Blumhouse this year at Horror Nights at all. And then this is the Scare Zone house. So it's got the Toxic 20 Scare Zone, Origins of Horror, the Crazy Cat Lady, and then the crows that we're going to see in the front of the park as well. So we're over by where the Jaws stuff is, over by Amity Island, and they added the deputy's truck out here and removed all of the Amity sign and stuff. So now it's the police truck, and then we're going to Club Horror for Halloween Horror Nights because they finally started putting stuff up. So now they have this little stage out here, which I'm gonna guess there's probably gonna be some like club dancer in a skimpy uniform. The DJ system is gonna be up here. There's another stage over on that side, another stage over here as well. And then over here they have this bar system, which my guess is it's probably gonna be like beers and alcohols and all kinds of stuff over here for Club Horror as well. But that's all that's new over here. They haven't added much. They did take down the Amity and Coca-Cola like decor from all the trusts. Added a couple different lights and laser effects over through here, but that's really it. So now they have a Tim from the Minions little popcorn bucket. So he's a little fuzzy guy. And then the popcorn goes on the back of his head. But not sure how this is gonna do because buttered popcorn with fur is just gonna be an absolute mess. But if you want it, it's here at the Amity Island candy store. And it is gonna be $29.99 and you get a free refill with your purchase. So over by the Amity bathrooms, they have a Camp Crystal Lake food booth. So they got a kind of like a cabin-y feel. The Camp Crystal Lake sign up top over here. And then I'll pop up a picture of one of the food items right there. And yeah, I mean, looks pretty freaking good. Can't lie, Jason S'more does sound pretty good. Not 100% sure if it's coming to Orlando, but I do know that it's coming to Hollywood, which usually we get around the same food at both parks. Sometimes there's a little bit of a difference, but not really.
Get out of the way.
So a Jason S'more would be pretty cool. Bridge update from the last time I was here. The bridge is honestly almost done. They still have a little bit left to go, but all the slabs and everything on the bridge are completely done. So I feel like this would be done by at least Horror Nights, so we can cut through and not having to walk all the way around from the Amity bathrooms to the Fear Factor stage, Men in Black, and then Simpsons, and just cut through Amity all the way to Simpsons, which would be absolutely fantastic and a save on feet because, you know, at Horror Nights, you walk a lot. So having this cut through is a absolute lifesaver. So walking over towards the Crazy Cat Lady on Crooked Lane scare zone, and my God, have they done a ton of new stuff since we've been here. Last time we were here, the house was just getting built. Now, just can't even tell words about it. You just have to see it for yourself. They have put vines all over it, all these different boxes for people to hide behind and scare out of, shrubbery and everything, all kinds of clothing, backpacks, old toys. They got the cauldron that she's going to be cooking her little potion inside. They added a rocking chair, all kinds of different stuff. The whole patio, wood chimes made out of a cat skeleton. I thought this lady liked cats, I guess not. But looking over here, more cat skeleton. You got Bozo the Clown toy down here, a CD player, another old bike with clown Halloween masks, another human-sized hairball, and then if we go over here, we got a whole damn yard that they added. So we got this, people are saying it's either human cat poo or a pile of dirt, which my guess it's gonna be a pile of dirt because you look at it, it's a graveyard for like cats. So you got Socks, Bethany, Christy, Lauren, Bryce, Mo, and Puppet, and then you got Fluffy right here. So my guess is this is going to be Fluffy's grave that they're digging, and there's going to be some kind of like actor or puppeteer cat that's going to come around here. But if you look, there's pictures of people's cats, and my guess from what they do every year is the pictures are pictures of the people that worked on the scare zones. So I'm guessing those are their cats that they decided to put up here. And then you have a door up here, and then where that cat ball is, on the other side, there's a cat door. So I'm guessing they'll have something come out of there. And then you have a foot trigger right there. So that's gonna activate a scare. You have another foot trigger down here as well, right there. And then I want to say that you have a foot trigger over here and another one over by the yard as well. But they added more distressing to this zone right here, where there's going to be scare actors popping out over here. And then just look at the attention to detail. Got a collar over here, some cat toys up in the trees and stuff. You got yarn balls, all these little boo holes that have triggers inside of them, cat strap place. And then if I come over here as well, another collar along with a cat toy, some yarn, another cat toy, milk hanging from the trees, this little pedestal for like a cat tower, another human-sized hairball, and then heading into the actual scare zone, which fortunately I wish was lit up because it would be so sick. Well, all these pumpkins that are in the trees are going to light up at night when the event starts. But they added more yarn pieces to the trees, more vintage clothing and stuff. I mean, for the most part, it's kind of the same from what it was last time. So I'll walk through it. Just look at all this stuff. All these different masks. Another cat. all the pumpkins just lining up the trees and everything. Pumpkins on the floor, piles and piles of clothes. All vintage items. And then the cool thing, walking through it, there's going to be an entire story that can read that will tell you the story about the Crooked Cat Lady and how she's luring these kids in and everything and turning them into cats. Just look at this, guys. It's absolutely just beautiful. And then they just added more decor to the gate. So they added a do not enter sign, all the shrubbery, along with yarn balls hanging up. Pumpkin down there. More shrubbery down here. And then the cool thing is right here, there's a cat face. So when the gates close, it makes a cat face. Just the amount of attention to detail that the team does for just design and everything is absolutely just amazing. Here's a front view of the haunted house for the Crazy Cat Lady. But just look at it, level to size. So you got the cauldron over there, the house in the middle, and then the yard off to the right side. Just insane. And then once again, stained glass piece up there because the theme this year is conservatory, gothic, and stained glass. So you'll notice a lot of the scare zones have stained glass pieces, gargoyles, and just gothic decor. And then over by the cauldron, there's another picture of a cat with a tag, and the tag says, I'm not even gonna lie, I cannot read that. But there's a picture of the cat. And like I said from before, all the pictures that you see in scare zones from previous years, most of them have been the creators of the scare zones, actual animals, or pictures of like friends, family, deceased family members, or even them. So it's really cool that they get to add their own little touch to each scare zone. So they added another food booth behind the animal actors section. And then the cool thing is, behind it, they added this wooden fence to give a feel that the house for the Crazy Cat Lady scare zone is separated from it. So they really, the attention to detail is absolutely beautiful. But they have the grills down here, hand washing stations, coolers, all kinds of stuff. So I think this side's gonna be the bar, and then over here is where they're gonna do like the food and everything. So you got heating lamps, grills, refrigerator, all kinds of different stuff down here. And then once again, it's got that like gothic castle conservatory kind of vibe. So in the Five and Dime, this shirt wasn't here the last time when I filmed, which was a couple hours ago, but they have the Wyatt 6 long sleeve shirt. So this is the front, and on the back is the iconic Wyatt 6 logo, along with the WWE logo as well. So we're now leaving the annual pass holder nights. It is 10:53. It was a long night. I got to meet a lot of really awesome people, talk to some fellow YouTubers, short-term content on Instagram and TikTok. I'll link all their stuff down below through their like Instagram and their YouTube channels as well. We got to take pictures with the pig from Animal Actors. We got to take pictures with the Ecto 1 and Einstein Doc, and also Dolores from Jurassic World was there, and the owner for Jurassic Park was also there. But had a really good time. It's always a good time. Got to take some videos and stuff of all the Halloween Horror Nights decorations all lit up and stuff for the new scare zones, and also kind of got to film what's different and new since the last time I've come. They've done a lot, looks fantastic, just adding a lot of details to all the scare zones. But this is the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around with me. Comment down below what you're most hyped for HHN. Also, comment down below Frank the Pug if you stayed it this far. But this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification down below so you get notified when I make a new video. But this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.